Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
What's going on, guys? It's Filthy and I'm back with another video. Today we're looking at some Raid Shadow Legends and having a chat about Apothecary and should you 6-star him, or more to the point, when should you 6-star him, because he is a really good champion. Now, he is probably one of the top, I don't know, maybe top rare, top 3 rare, top 5. Amazing support champion, but he is just that support champion. So he's a magic high elf, so we're going to go through his kit, we're going to go through his masteries, we're going to talk about artifacts, we're going to talk about the ratings in the game, and why I probably wouldn't rush to 6-star him if I was very early game. So you might have picked him up in the recent fusion, you might got him in a shard. If you're early game, I'd probably hold off, and we'll go through the reasons why. But before we jump into it, I just want to welcome anyone who's new to the channel. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. As always, guys, a thumbs up is greatly appreciated. So starting off with his kit, his A1, it's not here to deal damage, but it is nice because it will attack 3 times at random. Multi-hit A1 is very strong in the game, great for Fire Knight's Castle. When you do get him decked out with full masteries, you can take Giant Slayer and that will do you some damage. Other than that, you don't need to book this out, you don't want to get any attack artifacts on him, he doesn't do damage with this primarily, it's just Giant Slayer. So obviously the game's random, it just depends how it falls, but if you can avoid booking this, then by all means do so. His A2 is absolutely amazing, he's probably one of the better healers in the game, very easy to get because he's rare, so he will heal an ally for 50% of their HP once booked, and the heal can be critical, so you want to get some crit chance on him, the heal will be even bigger. 2-turn cooldown is phenomenal. Obviously it's only a single target heal, so that's the downside to it, but it is pretty strong and you can flip it pretty quickly. Now his A3 is also really good, we get 30% increased speed on the entire team and we get turn meter fill of 15%. Booked up, it's on a 3-turn cooldown, so it is really nice ability, and this is kind of how he does, he chucks his speed up, gets everyone going really quickly, pumps out a few heals, chucks his speed up, and every so often you're forced to use his A1, which as I say doesn't do damage until he gets masteries boxed off. Now he also has a really good rare, now he also has really good aura for rare, which is increased defense in dungeons by 21%. Dungeons is where he shines, this is where you should be using him in the game, so defense aura early game, really strong. Now in terms of masteries, I think you need to go offense tree and support. Offense is probably quite self-explanatory, you want to take crit rate into crit damage, then you can choose either single out for more damage against 40% or lower HP enemies. I've gone Life Drinker just to give him a bit of sustain, so 5% heal when attacking 50% HP or lower. Next tier down, there's not really much that's of any benefit, so you're going to take Wrath of the Slain. This just gives him a bit more damage if everybody's died. Not great, but you know, you've got to get to Giant Slayer. So Blood Shield, this will go off occasionally, he'll kill someone, he'll get a shield, maybe clearing a dungeon wave, but really the only other one of importance is Giant Slayer. This is how he gets his damage with his multi-hit A1, so pretty good for clan boss, pretty good for dungeon bosses. So crit rate, crit damage, Giant Slayer, the rest of it doesn't much matter. Now for the support tree, start off with a little bit of extra HP, which is nice. Then importantly we're going to take Lay on Hands, so we get 5% more on his heal, so obviously that's pretty handy. We're then going to take Exaltant Death, so we do get a 10% health bonus whenever an enemy dies in a round, again good for dungeon waves. Tier 3 we're going to get an extra 10% on his heal if we're healing somebody with less than 40% HP, or bang on 40%, so again pretty clutch. If your team's getting hammered, his heal is even stronger. We then get a 30% chance of turn meter increase whenever his speed buff drops off, so again pretty nice. Cycle Magic, 5% chance of a random cooldown, again looking to get that A3 and speed boost up again, so you know, not amazing but you take it. And then Law of Steel, I'm going to recommend 6 pieces of speed set for him. Mine's not geared out like that as you'll see, but that is probably what I would be doing. So yeah, an extra 15% speed is pretty nice. Lasting gifts, we basically get a 30% chance to get this speed buff up for an extra turn. 3 turns of speed is amazing, and it means that you've almost got 100% uptime on it. Obviously it's only 30% chance, but it is nice. And Spirit Haste, this probably isn't great. His speed goes up when there are dead allies. Again, you don't really want him to be last man standing, so you could swap this over to Methodical on the offense tree, but again, that's not really doing that much for you either. It will stack up his damage a bit, so probably better than Spirit Haste, but I'm not going to reset it because you never know, I might take him somewhere else at some point, but definitely wouldn't touch the defense tree. So in terms of his artifacts, I'm going to re-gear him. I'm going to put him in 6 pieces of speed. I'm going to get defense % gloves on him. I'm going to put a defense % chest on him. At a push, you could take HP % on either gloves or chest piece. You definitely want to get speed boots. Now obviously substat wise, you're going to want to try and get crit rate, so mine's up at 54%, so again I'd like that higher if possible. Crit damage is okay because it's going to give you a bit more heal, but I would certainly focus on crit rate first. Then you're going to want to take defense % wherever you can, so defense % as substats. You're also going to want speed for him, and then HP %, and then flat defense and HP. You need 0 accuracy because he doesn't do any debuffs, so that's quite nice. And as I say, you don't really want any attack rolls because he's not going to do damage other than with his Giant Slayer. For his ring, I'd be looking to get defense % as a substat, so that probably means taking an HP ring, but again, defense ring with an HP % substat, so the other way around would be fine. For his amulet, you could go crit damage. I don't have one yet because the stupid spider won't drop me one. And then banner, you don't need any accuracy, so HP or defense. Again, all those substats we mentioned, crit %, speed, all that good stuff. You basically just want him to be as quick as possible. You want him to be as tough as possible. Now, I've mentioned I wouldn't 6-star him straight away, and this is because his kit is absolutely amazing, provided you have other good champions. If your other champions are crap, this guy's not going to do anything for you at all. Making other people have more turns, healing them up, is only of benefit to you if they actually do useful things. So that's why I wouldn't 6-star him straight away. So I would make sure I had a couple of DPS characters. So I've got Biggin and I've got Elaine, so they went ahead of him. I also was really lucky to get Warlord. I put him ahead of him because he's got that amazing shield. I fused Razin, so again I put him at 60 ahead, and then even Muslim Mage, I've taken him to 60, and Padma as well again has gone to 60 before him, just because I want attack down, I want weaken, I want increased defense, I want a shield, and also cooldown reduction, and then nukers from Biggin and from Elaine. So I've basically taken him, I don't know what's that, 6 or 7 people ahead of him. As I say, his kit is phenomenal for supporting people, but if you don't have people to support, I personally don't think he's that good. Now, looking at his ratings, I would say early clan boss, he's amazing. He will speed you up, and with Giant Slayer, he does actually a fair decent amount of damage. Fire Knights again, great. Arena offense, I personally don't like him in arena. The increased speed is nice. The turn meter fill is good. It can be clutch, it can be good, but to be honest, I think there are better champs to take into arena. Like Haikatoon, I think is more useful at 40 for you than Apothecary at 60. So I probably would disagree with that rating slightly. Campaign, I also think he's pretty turd. I wouldn't really be taking him. Sure, he can repeatedly heal and give you some speed, so he can carry you through it along, but again, obviously it's relying on somebody else to do the DPS for you. Minotaur and all the dungeon content, fine. I personally think Spider is a bit low. Like, fine, he's not amazing at I'm getting so many subs. Fine, Spiders, he's not amazing at Spider 20, but he is pretty good at Spider in the mid stuff, because he will he'll give you the speed. He'll mean that, particularly up till when nuking stops working, whilst nuking still works for you, he's brilliant at the Spider Den, because he will just speed up your team. More nukes, you kill more spiderlings and they don't respawn, and then the rest of the keeps, dungeons, all absolutely fantastic. So my personal view on him, he is really good. I would 6-star him, but you need to get your rest of your team, because he is a support champ. He's there to support people, and if you don't have good people, he's not going to support them. So that's it, guys. Really good champ. Definitely do take him to 60. Do 6-star him. But as I say, don't get him out this fusion and think that he's going to absolutely carry you through the game, because that is not what he does at all. But yeah, still pretty good. So that's the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it useful. As I say, a thumbs up is always greatly appreciated, and if you want to see some more Raid Shadow Legends stuff, hit that subscribe button. enjoy the rest of your day, take it easy, peace.